Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Sporty Stream. It's nice to see you all here. We have a series that is coming for you guys, an early series, and that's because it's European action here on the stream. It's Team Ignition versus Flying Circus, a 2v2 show match. Team Ignition, we haven't seen this European version of Team Ignition ever since late August, a couple months ago. And Flying Circus, it's even longer. It was early August the last time we saw them play on the stream, and they were playing with their 3v3 roster. And now, after the disbanding of the Indie Gaming League, both teams are deciding to get a show match here, and it's going to be covered by yours truly in a best of 5 fashion. I know both teams, they're ready to go at any moment, really, because this is going to be a good series. Again, been a while since I've seen these teams. There's probably some very big changes between both of them in this best of 5 show match. Again, we haven't seen 2v2 on the stream ever since the end of Indie Gaming League. 2v2s don't happen on the stream. The stream mostly focuses on 3s and the occasional 1v1 show match. 2s, seemingly the forgotten mode when it comes to competitive play. And that's just because most leagues run 1v3s, and most players, when they want to separate their differences, it's because it's a personal basis, so they go 1v1. But for these teams, they want to go 2v2. I'm all down for it. I love 2v2s. 2v2 is probably one of the most fun game modes to play here. Of course, that is not... of course, for both these teams, they're probably going to have fun, but I'm also going to look to see if they can get a win against each other. Because, you know, it is a show match. They're not going to be playing often. Both of them are waiting for some more European leagues to open up. And this is my call to any European league out there. Anybody who's watching this, go support leagues that are supporting European talent. Because there's players like the ones that will be this showcase today that are waiting for that chance. I do know that one league that is looking into it is the Premier Championship Series. I know that's what these teams are looking at. Another one I've heard rumors of, another league I'm in, is Bucket League. I've heard they may want to do a European sect as well, but I do feel like European players are kind of forgotten in Rocket League, because there's this whole other scene that no one actually focuses on. All these leagues are North American based, North American run, and you find that like as someone who plays in Europe, as a European player, you kind of find that you're like forgotten. You're the forgotten players, and it really hurts them and their confidence, because ultimately, what are you supposed to do? And there's nothing that really you can do about it. Because again, we are waiting for both these teams to be ready. Again, the last time we saw Team Ignition was when they played GG Team in the Indie Gaming League. And that match was also a 2v2. It was a long series as well. But it ended out, and I believe it ended in a GG Team victory. Just making sure I confirm that with the sources I do have. And yeah, that series, it went I believe that series it might have gone all the way to game 5. No, it did not. It ended in 4. Yes, Ignition did win. Actually, Ignition looks like they actually won against GG Team in that series. I'm so wrong. They won 3-1 by the looks of it. Yeah, Ignition won that series 3-1, a surprise upset against GG Team, who I'd focused on a lot during that season. just to come in and see Ignition do that. We've seen Ignition more recently in their North American matches in the Blackline Championship Series with their main roster, as well as the Skyward Series with their Academy roster. Speaking of, we will be seeing Ignition Academy play tomorrow, but it's not really what we're focused on. We're focused on what's going to happen today. And the info has been sent out to both teams. Prediction poll should be getting set up very soon here. And again, I want to see what you guys say. Who do you think will win, Ignition or Flying Circus? And haven't really mentioned Flying Circus much, but they were on my stream as well. They were on my stream early August. They were featured on my stream. If I can go back, I believe that was a 3v3 match. That was definitely for Indie Gaming League. And again, you can see kind of how integral Indie Gaming League is for these teams to get their matches. Yeah, the last time they played was Flying Circus premium content with both Rackham and Pronsmoothly playing on a 3v3 team against Football Cars. And that series, man. Just before I even talk about that, Football Cars I was following them for a long amount of time. But again, that series was also one I definitely had to check back and look around and see how it was like. I actually need to go back a bit to check on that. There you go. I found it. That one, that series also go to 5. I believe that series may have also gone to 5. That's fun. Yes, that did go. And I believe it was a Football Cars win, 3-2 in the end of that series. They won Game 5. And again, I'm checking back because I actually don't have. I actually have the videos. I literally have my YouTube videos pulled up. That's why you save your VODs, everybody. But yeah, Football Cars won that last game really dominantly. I'm looking back at that stream, and how badly did they win that? Did they win that game 7-0? I think Football Cars may have won that last game 7-0. Yeah, Football Cars won that last game 7-1. That is an impressive. As I have now. Been a while since you've seen an Ignition match. Yeah, it's been a while since you've seen these European teams play. Again, last time I saw Ignition was their 3-1 win against GG Team, late August. Last time I saw premium content was early August, August 4th. When they played against Football Cars, they lost 3-2 in Game 5. And that was their 3v3 team. I've never seen Flying Circus play 2s. Although I have seen both these players. The only player out of these 4 that I have not seen play on my stream is Tarian, the second player of Ignition. As I have received word from Flying Circus, they're ready. As again, I am checking around, making sure I can get Ignition in here. We have hit the start time. Again, I am making sure I can get Ignition in here. It looks like Ignition have joined. There they are. I was messaging them there to make sure that they could join the lobby. They are now in best of 5 series. And my goodness, I'm so happy to see all the support. Yeah, support from both sides. Both organizations coming in here trying to fight for the win in this series. It's a best of 5. It's Ignition on the blue. And Flying Circus on the orange. After so much time dormant from Rocket League. So much time waiting. Now they get their chance to show up again on the Sportiest stream. By the way, thank you for the follow, Tyrion and Spartacus. Right before this match started. Here we go, it's a 2v2. We haven't seen 2s in a while either. So many new things here, and it's off to a great start for Flying Circus. Rackham with the first goal right off the kickoff. And again, for both these teams, after so much time laying dormant, so much time, we have no action, no competition. They just came together, made this show match. And you know, it just kind of fell into place after that. Rackham on Mango. Can't beat him. Spawn Smoothie to the back wall. Arian to Ignition Mango. And I believe that when we saw these teams play, they were... I believe they were either Tier 2 or Tier 3. I know there was no Tier 1 in the Gaming League, but... It was really fun seeing these teams. These teams are extremely strong, but... they do have those weaknesses, and especially with 2s, there's a lot of holes that are going to open up from these teams. You can't cover everything on defense. And really, the offense's job is to suffocate the defense. The defense's job is to get that ball out and to remain in control. Right now, it just seems like Flying Circus holding the ball a little bit better here. Tyrion, though, has a dribble. They're going to look to flick one. He does. Over 2. Tyrion does it himself. A 2v1. Sorry, a 1v2. The 2v1 didn't work out for the defenses here, Flying Circus. The 1v2 from Tyrion. He waits until Pronsmoothie challenges him. And Pronsmoothie, he took too long to make that decision. Needs to be a lot more early at that challenge. Needs to be a lot more proactive there, so that his teammate Rackham has more time to collect that shot. But it's not like it's going to hurt them either. Flying Circus, another goal right off kickoff, and immediately back in the lead again. As Franz smoothly off the ceiling picks out Rackham. As our cameraman decided to wait on that shot a little bit too long there. A 2-1 lead for Flying Circus. Once again, they're the ones that are holding that trajectory to win, but only by a single goal. Mango. Off the corner, looking in front. Pronsworthy misses this. Mango's shot is off the crossbar. Here comes Tyrion to finish it off. An Ignition score right back. It's kickoff central here, as no team can seem to get a massive rally going. Offense is just clicking. The kickoff really does dictate that first amount of pressure, and for these teams, that's enough to score. We see that the offenses are doing it, but can the defenses hold strong? Tyrion looking for another one off kickoff, can't get it. Mango off the corner in front for Tyrion. He's gonna leave back Rackham across Tyrion. That one in front of them, it's a bit dangerous. Mango collects, he'll clear this one away, and that beat out the last defender. Mango, open backfield. What can he do with this? He's a little too slow to the challenge, but leaves it for Tyrion. That one's gonna go back post and in. And no stoppage of scoring. Ignition take the lead for the first time this game. With this shot from Tyrion, he's got his hat trick. 3 goals for the man. Is now Ignition. They're the ones that are dictating the flow. And it's coming from these quick plays. We're seeing no team really able to get offense and hold it. Instead, a lot of times those first chances are what's making it for the Mango. In for Tyrion, almost gets another, but that one blocked away by Rackham. Mango looking in front. Pronsworthy's missed. Tyrion's got an open net, but he's not going to beat out Rackham, who has control here. Looking for a clear out. Pronsworthy trying to follow, but he misses this. Open net by Ignition. Sent 2-2 with a double commit, and that shot will be off target. Rackham to Pronsworthy. And these teams trying to transition the field as quickly as possible. Here comes Tyrion. Dribbles it through the midfield, but Rackham's there to cut it off. Mango off the back wall. Pronsworthy's awkward. Here comes Tyrion. His shot's off target. A bump, but Pronsworthy didn't get bumped out of the way. And the net is open for him. He'll tie it up with a 3-3 scoreline. Again, it's all about these transitions for these teams. As now Flying Circus will score this one. It's tied. And when it comes to these defenses, they're doing well, but I think a lot of these teams are going to need to be careful on their offense, putting themselves in the right position in the midfield to not let these plays just kind of spill out in front of their own nets. As that's another kickoff goal for Flying Circus. That's at least 2 that they've had this game. I believe they've had 3 goals right off the kickoff. As Mango went so aggressive to that kickoff. Then he went for boost. He should be going for ball. Rackham will say thank you very much. And just like that, that lead from Ignition, only a figment of the past, is now once again they are stuck with their backs against the wall. Rackham into towards the corner. Shot is high. It'll be lobbed in front. It's awkward for Mango, but he does make the save in time. Rackham trying to put that one in and catch the team off guard, but Ignition don't have to worry about that shot being on target. Tarian, low boost, he'll own goal here as well. And Ignition, they have a lot of issues when it comes to transitions, where their second man is caught up way too high. And that's just another example of it. Tarian, that shot wasn't actually owned on target either. He just unfortunately couldn't collect it in time. He also couldn't see behind him. He was expecting maybe an early challenge from Flying Circus, but no one was there to challenge him. If he knew that there was no pressure on him, I'm sure he would have a much easier time collecting that one and dribbling it out. Flying Circus now with the lead. Prawn smoothly off the sidewall. Tarian willing to fire this one. It's a little off target. Rackham doing the chase, and no first man challenge from Ignition will allow him to have a free touch and a bump play as well. Prawn smoothly into the corner. No shot. Mango will flick it and will demo out Prawn smoothly. Open backfield for Ignition. They've had a couple moments like this. They've not really been able to convert on every single one of them, but they can make do with good offensive presence of mind. Prawn smoothly misses this shot. Here comes Rackham off the back wall, but he can't force a second touch out of himself. Tarian off the corner in front. Rackham's there. The defense from Flying Circus willing to put a second player up, but sometimes they do get a bit overconfident on offense. Now Rackham. They try to dribble someone out. Mango misses. Allow Tarian to get a play in the midfield. This one to the back post. Prawn smoothly was waiting for it every step of the way. Here comes Tarian. To get a fake play, but he doesn't fill out Prawn smoothly. Does 50-50 in front, and there will be Mango's goal. Ignition Mango, who used to go by the name Diatomic Mango, will get his first goal of the game. And it's off of a Tarian pass play with the 50-50. But Prawn smoothly, he didn't jump out in time to make sure that 50-50 didn't pinch in front. And Ignition only 1 goal away. There's just a little over 30 seconds left in regulation. Mango off the sidewall. This one's dangerously in front. Rackham is panicking. Here comes Tarian off the crossbar. Follow through from Mango. Dunked but not in. Prawn smoothly gets just enough on it. Rackham. Dribble. No pressure from Ignition, but here comes Tarian. Ignition, they're trying to wait for mistakes in the midfield here from Flying Circus. Flying Circus, so long as they are able to dribble it out, Ignition are not willing to challenge them. And now Ignition, they have to throw everything at this, as we are having internet issues. Oh boy. I've not had an internet outage, right? No. Stream is now has now lagged. Oh no. The servers die on me? I think the servers may have died on me. Here, we're gonna have to join right back. 1 second, guys. So sorry about that one. The servers kicked me out. How dare they? Uh-oh, I think the server just completely crashed on itself. I'm gonna be connecting back. Yeah, we're gonna try to. I'm gonna have to remake the server. I'm gonna talk with the players. But again, so sorry about that disconnect there. Trying to confirm the players. Yes, we did have a server outage. So it looks like, I'm confirming with them. But yeah, we did have a server outage. It must not have been my internet. It must have been something else, because my internet's still strong. So I am going to confirm with the players what happened there, and get a response. Okay, so it seems like we have been able to find a solution here. Game 1 will be handed to Flying Circus, as they did have a one goal lead at the end of there. That 9 seconds left. Ignition have given them that win as well. I confirmed with them about that. Again, so sorry about that. But we did have a server outage on our side. But yes, it will be a Flying Circus victory here in Game 1. Yeah, and just making sure I get some last second confirmations. Again, unfortunate there for him, but Ignition have decided to give the win to Flying Circus in there. Man, I have not had a server outage like that in a while. It's a caster's worst nightmare when that happens. But we go to Game 2 here. Servers have been reset. Hopefully we won't get that back again. As we're now back, just last second confirmations here with any sort of issues, but here we are, we're in Game 2 here. Massive apologies about that, but it is in fact a friendly show match. There's nothing on the line for these teams. Ignition have given that to their opponents. And now we go to Game 2. Can Ignition find an answer back to the loss that they were handed after that Game 1? I mean, they had 9 seconds left. They had a chance, but it was so slim. Flying Circus did have their defenses covered up, and they have a very staunch defense. Is Tarian off the ceiling shot? That's one just saved away by Pronsmoothly. Pronsmoothly now the other way. Here comes Mango. Put it off the sidewall. Can Ignition score first? They got scored on first last game. That did start them kind of in that losing situation. They were always behind in that game. Is now Tyrion to Mango. Mango can hold. He'll try to get a flick play past Prawn Smoothie. Here comes Rackham off the sidewall. Shot ahead. Tyrion to collect. He's gonna look for maybe a flick play here. He will get one. Tyrion's been so keen on the ground. And that is just a brilliant dribble play from Tyrion. The dribble to flick past Rackham. And you get that goal. Again, a huge issue here with Flying Circus seems to be stopping Tyrion's dribble plays because they don't challenge him early. They stay pretty far back on defense. Well, they do really well once they get that possession. And to actually get the possession in the first place, they do well at that. When they don't have it, they stand pretty far back. And Tyrion will get another goal here. This one, though, not from his opponent staying back. They were trying to push the envelope here, but he missed. Rackham missed that touch. Tyrion will get that one. Double the lead for Ignition. As Davies coming in with the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Sporty Stream. We got some European Rocket League action here. Team Ignition on the blue. Flying Circus on the orange. Flying Circus. And Team Ignition had a 1-goal difference on a 5-4 game that ended, last game where went to the final 9 seconds and we had a server outage, but Ignition did give Flying Circus the win in the end. And now in game 2, they're trying to look to find a way back into this series, an answer to Flying Circus's offense. Tyrion. 50-50 can't do it. Rackham, great second toss. This one's over the Prawn Smoothie, but Mango's there. He'll try to make a stop on this, but he can't get through. It'll be a goal credited to Rackham, as I believe all 4 players jumped in there. Who got that last touch? Prawn Smoothie, in for Rackham. Oh, and it's Tyrion to own goal. He had an own goal last game, and unfortunately, this game, he grabs another. An unfortunate situation for Tyrion. But once again, he's caught scoring on his own net. He's now getting chased down by Rackham as Tyrion. Mango has to get back, but here comes Prawn Smoothie. Up the corner. Tyrion has low boost now. Has to worry about dribbles, but he won't challenge Rackham here. Just gonna pinch it up and try to get it away. Rackham. To Prawn Smoothie off the sidewall. Can't touch this. Mango. Dribble past Rackham. Just not past Prawn Smoothie. And Ignition have been going for a lot of those dribbles. Have not been able to get every single one of them, but that one will work. That's their main source of offense. Are these dribble plays, and no one better at it on this field than Tyrion. That's another goal straight off a flick from him. He's been consistent with them. And it's starting to put knots on the defensive side of Flying Circus. Can they answer back? First time in this series we've seen a team grab a 2-goal lead. And leads like these where they're not so... It's not nearly as close as a 1-goal. Now it'll be a 3-goal lead as well, as Tyrion will have the net completely wide open to himself. When a team grabs this kind of a lead, how do you answer back? Tyrion has been a monster on this pitch. He had 3 goals last game. He's got 4 in this one. Absolutely incredible goal-scoring prowess from him. Mango will take the boost. Prawn Smoothie the flick it past him. Tyrion is there. He'll get that one away. Tyrion, another goal. He will not stop scoring. 5 goals on 6 shots. And it's almost like Mango isn't even here because Tyrion's just doing the work. But Mango has been such a strong defensive player. We don't mention it that much when a team scores 5 goals about their defense. But Mango has been a great defensive player. He scored a couple goals last game to keep it close. This game, it is just all Tyrion right now on the score sheet. Now this one, Tyrion beats another. Does he get the double hat-trick? Yes, he will. 6 goals for Tyrion. And he just keeps scoring one after another, after another. All unassisted. Oh my goodness. He's only missed 1 of his 7 shots. Tyrion is just going off this game. Ignition, with the scoreline being like this, I think we can all safely assume that this series will be tied up 1-1. Going into game 3 is now Tyrion looking for another saved away by Rackham. He doesn't want to get Braziled by Ignition, but Ignition still pushing up in front. Tyrion beats Rackham. This one will go out for Mango. We'll put it off the corner. In front, Rackham will clear, but Tyrion was waiting. It does go over his head. Mango collects it on defense. This one's shot way down the pitch. A roll up the side wall. Sorry, the back wall. Rackham doesn't get the touch he wants, but he still has control. But a double commit here from Flying Circus will make that transition to offense just a little bit slower. Mango. At the side wall, and Ignition. You know, we saw shades of what Tyrion can be like last game when he scores so much. This game, it's kind of the same thing, but Flying Circus, oh, just so close to getting a goal back, but nothing will work for them anymore. Unfortunately, that shot was off the post. Tyrion now bringing it the other end. Ignition. Haven't had to play a lot of defense. Again, a good you hear it from a lot of people, but a good offense is also a good defense, or the other way around. A good defense is can also be a good offense. And you can just see that being displayed here, as Ignition with 6 goals will take game 2. They'll tie up the series 1-1. As Rackham will clear. This ball, as soon as it drops again, will be going into game 3. Lucky enough, that game, we didn't have any server issues. Nice when that doesn't happen. Now game 2 is over. Game 3 will decide who will go up 2-1 in the series, who will get series point. As, again, making sure that everybody's ready. Going into game number 3. But yeah, what a great response from Ignition. The perfect response there. Taking the fight to Flying Circus. So much offense, especially from Tyrion. 6 goals on 8 shots. Again, just trying to get confirmations here. Going into game 3. Can Ignition continue this streak? 6 goals is a lot of goals in a game. And it's going to be very difficult for them to replicate against Flying Circus again, but Flying Circus, we know that they can keep it close. We know that they can take that lead, and they're really good at holding it. Can they take the lead in this game? Here we are, we're ready. Game number 3. Chance for both of these teams to take match point and to put themselves within striking distance of winning this show match. A kickoff goal for Flying Circus. Saw none of those last game, but this was a huge issue for Ignition. Their kickoffs, they just don't seem to be on the same page as each other. And it's becoming a huge issue for them because giving up these many kickoff goals, it's giving up a lot of free goals to your opponent that you really can't give up. You see people criticize 1v1 players for giving up kickoff goals. In 2s, kickoff goals should be kept at a very low minimum. Ignition now trying to drive downfield. Prawn smoothly. Bring this one towards the blue net. Ignition Mango. Might be a bit of a panic flick there because now Rackham has control. Looking for a flick, but Tyrion beats him out. And Prawn smoothly misses this one. Tyrion with an open net. He won't miss that one. Huge error on the side of Flying Circus. And Tyrion will be able to get that one as Prawn smoothly. Looks like a malfunctioning robot could not compute that touch. But really, he just missed. I think his finger may have slipped on his controller. Or his keyboard, whichever one he's using. And Ignition will get that goal. An unexpected way to respond from Ignition. Off of a mistake from Flying Circus. Just a simple mistake. You don't see those happen often, but when they do, you look at that aggressing team and you ask, can they answer back? Here comes Tyrion trying to get another flick goal. That one just off target. Unfortunately, it is off target for Flying Circus because no one was covering that back post. Tyrion's dribbles have been extremely fearful on this pitch. Looks like something that he works on. As Flying Circus now awkward. Rackham's going to hit this one away, but here comes Mango. Demoed on Prawn smoothly. Rackham to the sidewall. Tyrion. It's only going to be for Rackham. To Pronsmoothie. Pronsmoothie can answer. Dunked by Ignition Mango. And now here comes Tarian on the dribble. This is where it gets a bit scary. Tarian, one-on-one will 50 through off the back wall. In front for Mango. Pronsmoothie waits there and he gets the save. But here comes Tarian and Mango. Net is looking kind of open, but Mango doesn't go for the shot there. Instead goes to see if he can test that back wall. Pronsmoothie beats him on the 50. It's Tarian who's left back, but he'll clear it out. Rackham. Looking to dribble. He's going to go off the side wall. And he'll hold it close. Flick out to Pronsmoothie. Pronsmoothie missed. And Rackham will hold the ball as close as possible. Here comes Mango. The captain of Ignition. He's been pretty quiet compared to his teammate, but he is nonetheless an extremely important player on this roster. As he's usually the one to hold that back line or to go for... He's also the one to go for demo plays and try to rush the other team into getting bumped, into getting demoed into, like that, into maybe making a mistake. Tarian, or rather, tries to keep control, tries to go for dribble plays. These players work together to get these plays to work, but it is usually Tarian the scorer like now. Another goal for him. Ignition now hold a 2-1 lead in this game. And both Rackham and Pronsmoothie didn't know which one would want the ball more on their side. Yeah, just unfortunately pops out there off of a rough touch there from the Flying Circus defender. Still, though, a chance for them to tie up. Every kickoff is a great chance for them to score because that's where Flying Circus gets a lot of their offense. Once they win the kickoff, Ignition are held back to their own end. Ignition are a team that don't like to play aggressive. They don't like to challenge early. Whereas Flying Circus would much rather challenge early, especially when Ignition pushes up. But here's just a long shot. Rackham will not get the touch, but it doesn't matter. Tarian is not back in time to save this one, as that one was left up by Mango. Just a free shot for Pronsmoothie, and he says, why not? Slings this one long, and Tarian, he had to guess whether or not the Rackham would shoot that with a redirect, or just not touch it at all. And he guessed incorrectly. Pronsmoothie. Oh, and he misses this one, but luckily for Rackham, saved away by Tarian. And for Ignition, the only thing I need to see more is a little more offense from Mango. A little more shooting from him. Maybe more assist plays. So a lot of these goals from Tarian are unassisted. It's because of his dribbles, but if Ignition can add in a few more passes, this is going to be an already tough team to beat. Make them even tougher. Flying Circus just comes by them needing to get a lead. And, that comes with plays like these from Rackham. They do now have the lead. And that's the one thing that Flying Circus have that Ignition don't, is that both players have been willing to just score, to play extremely up in your face. Ignition don't like to do that. They sit further back. And there, that kind of up in your face play benefited Flying Circus. Now Tarian, control this, looking for a flick past Pronsmoothie. Rackham's there, he'll finish this, he'll clear it away. Mango is up, he'll save it. Now Rackham, really awkward on this play because Tarian's going to be there to challenge immediately. Here comes Mango, his shot's wide. Bounce up for Tarian. Tarian, not able to be faster than Pronsmoothie. Rackham, net is looking open, doubled in front. Pronsmoothie, he was already trying to recover off that challenge. He has a low boost anyways. There's a good offense here from Flying Circus. Problem is, Tarian's got the dribble, and that's going to be impossible for Flying Circus to stop, at least this time. Because Tarian, whenever he has dribble, whenever he has a little bit of space, he makes the most of it. He is the weapon of this Ignition team. The fire in their offense. And right now, Tarian has been long dormant. He's been long waiting for a chance to play on a stream. I mean, all these players have. Again, European Rocket League, after Indie Gaming League shut down, was laid to rest, but you can see why these players want to play on stream. They have so much talent. These series are exciting. Rocket League like this deserves to find a stream. Tarian can't get past Pronsmoothie. Here comes Mango. Final 10 seconds. Do we see any last goals? Yes, we do! And guess what? It's Darian to score, but it's off of Mango's pass. Mango, I asked for him to get involved more in offense, and he does just that in the final 10 seconds. Ignition lead by a single point. And just like that, throw the script out the window. The Flying Circus. Still a few seconds left for them to answer back. This ball will bounce up for them. Last chance, but Tyrion tries to shut it down early. Gonna go to the corner, and there's no one there to answer. Ignition now lead the series 2-1. After having a rough end to Game 1, having it end so close. Well, the ending was kind of ambiguous again from that server error with the internet, but Ignition, they handed the win to Flying Circus, but they just got 2 back. The momentum not leaving them. We go to a 4th game. Flying Circus, they need to find an answer. And they need to make a strong statement because right now, Team Ignition have just taken 2 games against them. Game 4, chance for Ignition to take the entire series. And so far, their offense has been so strong, Tyrion especially, but Mango got that pass to set up the winning goal. If he wasn't playing on the offense like he was, Tyrion would have no option there to score, and you could see that game going the exact opposite direction. We'd be asking if Ignition can answer back, but Ignition now could win the series here. Flying Circus trying to find an early goal. Again, they do really well holding that lead. They did so in Game 1, but in Game 2, they never had a lead to hold, and in Game 3, well, they weren't able to score first, and that will be the same here as Tyrion just does the work himself through the midfield. He catches Prawn Smoothie biting up on this challenge. And a repetition here from Flying Circus to challenge early. Oh, there. It was used by Tyrion as their weakness. Ignition. One thing that they are trying to shut down more, and I can see what they're trying to do here, is those kickoffs. They're trying to make sure that Flying Circus don't win those kickoffs, because those kickoff goals from Flying Circus can change the entire game's dynamic. In Ignition, they know it. Their kickoff strategy has not been the most successful one. They've given up a lot of kickoff goals, and for them it might seem a few too many. On every kickoff, looks like they're just trying to play a little more defensively here. Instead of trying to play so aggressively, just play back and let the play develop a little bit, even if they lose pressure, as long as they don't get scored on. And it's working. Ignition Mango with an interesting 50-50, but then he has the creativity to go for a Doomsday Dish here as well and get that second goal. Haven't seen a lot of goals from the captain of Ignition, but I think him scoring this early in this game, definitely something that can bode well for Ignition. So many times it's Tyrion this, Tyrion that, and you forget that Mango himself has that offensive prowess. But it's just overshadowed, but sometimes it does feel like it's overshadowed by Tyrion and his elite mechanics today. Prawn Smoothie. And to go up the corner, Tyrion's waiting back. And the one thing I like from Mango is how he dictates the flow on defense. He sits further back than Tyrion. But he's the one to make sure that nothing goes wrong and to make sure that the Ignition team it just runs smoothly. He sets up Tyrion for multiple plays out of defense, and Tyrion, he will oblige, he'll go for himself, and he can make goals out of them. Looking for a second touch as well. Here comes Mango to dunk. That one's off target, and Ignition didn't have a great recovery there. Here comes Rackham the other way, off the back wall. Mango misses this, but Prawn Smoothie didn't read that one. You saw the ghost touch there from Mango, and that might have just saved Ignition from an early goal against them. With less than 2 minutes haven't gone in this game, but now we go to the final 3 minutes in this game. Ignition keep their neck squeaky clean, but you must expect that Flying Circus will score at some point. Just when is the real question. So right now, Ignition just setting up shop in between that midfield line and their defensive 16-yard box, and Flying Circus having to pay a lot to get in there and get even a look at that net. Ignition. Reading these plays. Well, they don't always win them. Slowing down that offensive push from Flying Circus is worth it for them. Tarian. Pinch. Can't get under Prawn smoothly. He'll launch this one into the blue half. Mango collects. Has to avoid Tarian on that near side rotation. And speaking of Tarian, here he comes with that play. Tries to get through Prawn smoothly, but Prawn smoothly collects it. Will beat out Mango. And Tarian will wait back. You'll see what Prawn smoothly does. He'll pass out to Rackham. Rackham's open towards the back wall. Tarian goes up. And he'll stop it. Turning into anything worse. Tarian. The flick play. Can't get under Rackham. Mango. It's it to his own back wall. Flicked out, but Prawn smoothly's waiting there for it. And Tarian, once again, tested with his back ball defense. He misses this one! And it's now going to become chaos for Flying Circus. And that's exactly how they like it. They get a goal back. And finally, Tarian here makes a mistake on the back wall. He has been very good at stopping those plays. But you did feel like at some point that there was going to be an error on the side of Ignition. Their defense, it can't possibly be perfect all the time. Still an error. Nonetheless, we'll allow Flying Circus to answer back. Ignition do one off the kickoff. Here comes Tarian with the dribble play. Can't get past Rackham, the last man on defense. Mango up. Mango keeps it close. Looking for a 50-50 on Prawn smoothly. Will win it. Going towards the orange net. It's just Mango in front. Tarian's all the way back, but he will reach this first. But Prawn smoothly gets the 50-50. Mango off for Tarian. Trying to make some controlled chaos. As Ignition trying to make this work. Prawn smoothly with control. And a couple challenges. Here comes Rackham. On net. Will score. Double it up. Tie the game. As Rackham. You know, he took his chance. He beat Mango to that ball. And it's tied up in game 4. And here we go. A tied game. What goal will be the one to end it? You must. I expect this game will have at least one more goal going for it. But who will be the one to connect with that perfect shot? This one almost in front. Tarian clear, but here comes Prawn smoothly. Blue net looking a little open, but Mango comes in on time. Here comes Tarian. Dunks out Rackham. Net is open, but he has no boost. But no boost equals no problem for Tarian. His second goal of the game. Ignition now 12 seconds away from winning the series. All they need to do is play strong defense, and that will be it for them. But Flying Circus still throw everything they have at it. And this kickoff is actually going to do well for them. They have really strong kickoffs, so that's at least something that you can rely on. Here comes Tarian, though, the 50 through Rackham. Mango, it's on the orange half. He's going to try to let this ball drop. Flick it in front for Tarian. One more goal. Yes, for Tarian. He completes his hat trick with 0 seconds remaining. Add a little cherry on top for Ignition in this win in the series. A 0-second goal. Tarian, rightfully so, the MVP of this game. Rightfully so, the MVP of the series. As he's been scoring so much. But Mango, he was quiet at the start of the series, but as it's gone on, he's assisted more and more of these goals from Tarian. And that was what Flying Circus didn't want to have happen. They wanted the Ignition team to only have one real mode of attack, which was Tarian and his dribbles, but when Mango started to unleash his own power, it became a little bit overwhelming for Flying Circus. Even then, Flying Circus still found ways to break through. They still found ways to keep this one close. The only game which was really ever not close was Game 2. Every other game has been either team's game to win. Ignition ultimately take the series 3-1. So we're gonna get a quick reset here and get ourselves in for an interview tonight. Wow. I guess it's tonight for somebody. But for me it's afternoon. We're gonna get an interview though with the Ignition players to end off this stream. As, again, a good match from these teams. And I have to say it again. We need European Rocket League action more often displayed, because it doesn't happen a lot. The European Rocket League, like, amateur scene, it gets so little support. I feel like that's absolutely criminal. You see how these players play out there on the field, and you ask, why? Why do they not get that support? It's a tough question. Again, that will end that series. A 3-1 win for Ignition over Flying Circus. It was close at times, but Ignition did take the series. As I am making sure to get the Ignition team in here for that interview that they did ask for, so make sure to set it up. Again, I'm always happy to see European Rocket League. Again, I feel like it's always criminally underrated. Yeah, I agree with that. Especially, we need to see European action. I will say, I have heard that PCS, run by Mike, might it currently doesn't have a European division, but it might get it at a European division soon. Now, I don't know what soon is. I'm one of the casters for PCS. I am not Mike himself. I'm not one of his admins, but I have heard that that Premier Championship Series might have added European League. I continue to stress that we need to see European action. I think the European amateur scene doesn't get enough support. I mean, that's obvious. I think that the European amateur scene does not get enough support. Again, I continue to always say it. We need European action. I am trying to set up an interview here with the Ignition players. Yeah, great series nonetheless. Again, I am just getting, again, confirmations here. We're going to get, at the very least, it looks like, again, I think both players might be joining us for this short interview afterwards. So don't leave just yet. Interviews are fun. You get to learn about the players. I always love interviews. Again, just going to make sure that the players do get themselves in here. Again, it's a little complicated, the process to get into the interview. But I'll make sure to set it up. But again, I just need to make sure I know who has joined and who hasn't. Again, we're trying to set up this interview system. I see at the very least it looks like we will get Tyrion in. Still have received no word from Mango. Again, I'll make sure to get him in here as soon as possible for you all. Again, we're gonna make sure that we're setting everything up. I have heard from Tyrion that it's gonna take him like maybe a moment to get himself in. But And but again, we're trying to set up everything here. For this interview, while that's happening, I guess I could talk about that series. It was close. Again, it was a 3-1 win. Game 2 was an absolute blowout win for Ignition, but Game 1 was also close. It ended with a 1-goal difference. Ignition let that game end out as well. Because, again, last seconds we had a bit of an issue with everything, but makes sense. Well, and again, we're still setting things up. But while that's happening, Mango's here. Hello, Mango. How are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Yeah, I know. I know Tyrion is probably joining soon as well, since he just joined the server.
Yep, I think he's coming
Cool. You want to wait for Tyrion, or you want to just start the interview now?
in. We can wait. I'm
All right,
fine.
we'll wait then. We'll wait for Tyrion to join in soon enough. What a series though, especially Ignition. They lost game 1. They completed what many of you might know as the Spaceman sweep, 3 games after losing 1. But again, we're just waiting for Tyrion, and here he is. Hello, Tyrion. Tyrion's here as well. Congratulations on your win today. I know you guys have been itching to play a match against someone ever since Indie Game League shut down. Tell me kind of the patience that you guys need to do that. Mango, what does it feel now to finally be able to play on somebody else's stream after, again, this much time just kind of laying dormant waiting for the opportunity?
I mean, yeah, as you said, definitely since the since the IGL collapse, it's been a long, hard shift for everyone in the EU region. I think there's hardly any competitions going around in Rocket League EU that's not, RLCS. So it's been a long, long wait. We've had a lot of time sitting around doing nothing, just trying to get practice in. But yeah, nothing really replaces the actual game experience that we managed to get today. And so thanks for hosting us.
Hey man, I love the action. I love European Rocket League. I've supported the European amateur scene throughout Indie Gaming League as well. But let's talk about this series. Series now that you guys are back. Tyrion, believe I have not seen you on stream yet. What a result today from you. I think I think all 4 players that played today, you're the only one who has not been on my stream previously. Coming in kind of new to the stream, you showed up extremely strong. Kind of that confidence booster. How did you just play so well? Kind of what was that kind of practice that you had? What did you do beforehand? Did you eat your Wheaties today?
Um, I don't know. I just wait. I can't. You say that again, please. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, it makes sense a lot. Again, you play exceptionally well. But Mango, again, I think I said this in the middle of the series, especially after game 2. I needed to see a lot more from you, and you did exactly that. You passed up the winning goal in game 3. What kind of enabled you to get more, I guess, more, I'm trying to think of the word, trying to enable you to put more, put your name more so in that series, allow you to have more of an effect. There we go, that's the right word. More of an effect on the actual outcomes of games as the series went on. You got yourself involved a lot more in the assist game. Again, how does this team work? What were the changes that you guys made throughout the series to help you especially get more involved in offense, but also continue your success with Tyrion?
Well, I think the important thing to remember about the way that we play at EU Ignition is that I'm not a natural goal scorer. You will have seen that in the stream today. I'm far more of a guy that likes to get assists and 50s and play fast. So really, we just sort of try to play to our strengths. I think Tarian probably noticed I wasn't on top of my game, so he was great. He was there to snap up any chances that I managed to create because my passing game is one of my strengths. So we saw a couple of good passing plays in there. And yeah, I think all credit needs to go to Tarian for being able to just bury those opportunities when I was able to bring them.
I guess now we'll transition that to Tyrion. With Mango passing more and more as that series went on, you just never stopped shooting. You never stopped scoring. You are a scoring phenom. Just the goal scorer, but you also mentioned like kind of the importance that Mango has on your ability, especially as that series went on, and the Flying Circus defense got stronger and stronger.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the first game we had before it all cut off, uh, I seen that our defense was kind of, lacking and all that. Both of us were kind of stressed and just weren't having hope in each other. So in the second game, I switched up. So when I went for the attack, and if I missed, I go quite far back just in case Mango would either mess up or something. So I'm at the back ready to defend against them.
Yeah, and overall, you guys, your rotations, you had a defensive playstyle, but it worked so well against Flying Circus. You were able to challenge them so strongly, especially in that fourth and final game, because there were only 2 goals. Nope, there were only 3 goals scored, I believe, in that game. Having a low-scoring game like that, you guys kept that defense strong. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Maybe your potential future? Again, I know you guys wanted to talk about. You guys mentioned to me about the Premier Championship Series. And I want to hear from both of you kind of what you are expecting what you guys are going to do while you are waiting for the Premier Championship Series, or really any league to open up for European Rocket League of your level.
Well, I've got a friend who is willing to join this team. So hopefully we can get a threes team, and hopefully we can all play together in scrims and all that to get better. Obviously, team play and all that, and hoping we can get into a league soon.
Yeah, and Mango, for you, what obviously with the prospect of having a freeze team, what is are you going to add anything to what Tyrion has said about kind of practicing getting those scrims ready for the Premier Championship Series, or again any European league that does open up?
I mean, yeah, scrims are so important. I've been messaging all my Discord contacts from EU Rocket League. Do you want to scrim? Do you want to scrim? Do you want to scrim? We've literally been starved for matches. So it feels good to finally get out there. But yeah, in the future, we're just going to try and get more scrims. I'm keeping my ears open for any leagues or short-term tournaments that open up for us to play in. Also, so the plan is to get a threes team eventually. But with that, because I feel we'd probably get on a bit easier to have a three scrim, because most teams tend to have a threes team as opposed to a two. So I think that's the aim, and just get a healthy, high performing threes team. We just train and we just focus, and we just play Rocket League and have fun, and hopefully get the wins. But yeah, definitely we're just keeping an eye out for the PCS and any other EU Rocket League tournaments that are opening up, as you say.
Yeah, and I'd hope to see you guys when those opportunities do come, because I hope they really do come. I expect that you will get your opportunities because you guys are so strong. But again, a good win today on this stream. You guys getting yourself back into that Rocket League flow. But before you do leave, because I know it is late for where you guys live, most likely it's probably what, 9:30 for you, where you guys are.
8.
Yeah, it's late. It's very late for all of you. But before I say that, before you do go and you enjoy the rest of your night, do you have any shout-outs? We'll start with Mango, then we'll go to Tyrion. But Mango, Ignition Mango, is there anybody you want to shout out before we end the stream?
Definitely. Just love to shout out, of course, Tyrion, my teammate. He's played absolutely phenomenal this series, and he's been a rock for us in the team. He's always there. We're always scrimming, and he's really committed to the team. I'd also like to give a big, huge shout out to Ziggy. He's always supporting us, especially running an EU team for a North American organisation. It's always going to be difficult, but he's always stood by us and supported us and given us every tool that we need to succeed. So big thanks to the org, Ziggy, and of course Tyrion.
Oh, and speaking of it, okay, Tyrion, it's your turn. Is there anyone you want to shout out?
Well, first it'd be Mango, because the way I got into this team is we're in competitive threes together, and he asked if I could join this team, and I said yeah, obviously, and I'm just glad to be playing in this whole tournament. Well, scrims and tournaments and all that, And Ziggy, he's always getting us, trying hard to get us games, always looking out for those tournaments, and yeah.
Of course. You know, again, a good win tonight. Congratulations on that. Again, I hope to see you guys sometime in the near future. It's always fun to have European Rocket League on my stream. Have an amazing night, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You too.
What a win for Ignition. What a win today for them, but that will be it for the stream. As again, it's the end of that for them, but again, a massive win for Ignition. You don't see European Rocket League on the stream often, but when you do, it always makes me happy. And I'm hoping that we get to we get to see them again soon. But that'll be it for us today, for me at least. Have an amazing evening, afternoon, wherever you guys live. But have an amazing time. It's been fun to see you. My name Sporty FC. Don't forget that. Catch me later tonight. I think I might have something later tonight. If not, tomorrow.